Good morning, Doctor. I'm Bong Pei San. Now I'm going to present my final year project, which is UTM e-commerce of service, ServiceX. And my supervisor is Madam Lizawati binti Mi Yusuf. So what is our background? The background of this project is at the locations of University Technology Malaysia Skudai, and our focus user is seller and buyer. Both of them are come from the UTM community, such as students, staff, hawkers. And here are the statistics about what services that our buyer usually use, which are parcel delivery service, vehicle reservation service, tutoring class, photography service, haircut service, and also the sport trading class. And previously, this is the method they are using the Telegram or like WhatsApp to blast their advertisement for the seller perspective. And then what is goal of this final year project is to provide an ideal platform for the seller to advertise their service by category, and also the buyer will assess the seller credibility, verify the service availability, and place an order at any time. So our objective is divided into three. First is identify ServiceX requirement in mobile applications. Second is to design and develop a ServiceX based on the user requirement. Third is test the functionality of the ServiceX according to the user requirement. And then our scope is first, we focus on the UTM Johor Bahru community only. Second, there are 4 users in our system, which are guest, seller, buyer, and also administrator. And our ServiceX will only use the online payment simulator and focus with the Android device. The methodology we use in the final year project is waterfall model, which have 6 phases: requirement specification, system design, design implementations, verification and test, system deployment, and also the last step is software maintenance. Our doing the user requirement by using the questionnaire, and then this is the feedback that we collected from the seller. How usually the seller advertise their service? Actually, they advertise their service at the WhatsApp and Instagram platform, and usually 1 or 3 times per day. And then the difficulties they face while providing service is, first, the process of advertising the service is quite difficult because, as we all know, the social media platform actually full of a lot of information. So once you post the advertisement, and then it will very fast overwhelmed with another post or advertisement. Second, actually, this is not systematic for the buyer to place order, because for the buyer, they need to personal message or calling for the seller to ask for more information about the services, or if they want to make order, they also need to personal message the seller. So actually, this is not really convenient, and sometimes the seller will also forget about miss out the message, and also forget to remind buyer about the service appointment. So here will cause a loss for the seller, and buyer will feel like not really effective. And for the buyer perspective, where can they find the services by them is first through the WhatsApp, and then second is Telegram. So how often they use the services per week is 1 or 3 times. And the problem they face when using the service is, first, it is quite difficult to find a service because a lot of message in social media platform, right? And then second thing is the advertisement message is overwhelming. And the third thing is it is actually not convenient. So for our ServiceX application, actually a lot of persons, they would like to try this. And then the method they prefer to use is e-wallet and also the online transfer instead of cash payment. So what is the important aspect they are expecting from the ServiceX is, first, systematic management, convenience and efficiency, friendly user interface, and also the process can save time. So what is the difference between our system and the similar existing system? From Lazada, we can saw that actually Lazada and Recommend.my have buyer and seller. They are not within the same applications. Means the seller need to re-download another seller applications in order to advertise their platform. But for Mudah.my, they use the same application, so the buyer can be the seller also can be the buyer. And then in Mudah.my, there is no choice for the payment method. Actually, this is more on cash. So from the survey just now, we know, right, our buyer actually not really prefer the cash payment. And then second is the buyer is not easily to contact with the seller. And third is buyer cannot review the seller in Buddha.my. So how the future buyer can know about this seller quality and credibility? It's quite difficult to determine, right? And then from the recommend.my website applications, there is no bottom navigation bar. So as we all know, bottom navigation bar can easier our usage when using the application, right? And then the next thing is there is no functions for the buyer to report the seller. So if the quality is not good, so there is not a proper platform for us to report it. But for ServiceX, we try to improve all the disadvantages and then improve it inside our ServiceX to make it more complement. And then this is our for charge of current system. When we want to advertise the service at social media, and the seller will advertise it, and then when the buyer is interested, it will personally message the seller for more information and choose a date for making the appointment. So the seller will manually record the appointment detail on a paper or phone and wait and remind the appointment date to the buyer. And the buyer will meet with the seller and get the service from the seller and pay the fee to the seller after the service. So that's all. So from here, we can observe that they're actually not having the right platform to advertise that service. Second, it is inefficiency for the inefficiency for buyer to place order by personal message or calling. Third, the buyer unaware of the quality of service and the seller credibility. Fourth, the handwritten order are less systematic, and five, seller and buyer might forget about the appointment. So for the UTM e-commerce of ServiceX, actually it is an ideal advertising platform, and the buyer can place order at any time, and at the same time it can review the service quality in order to make their decisions. Not only that, ServiceX is a systematic data storage platform, so that all of the transactions will be stored systematically in our ServiceX, including the transactions, so that the seller can easier to take track every sales. And for the appointment notifications will be sent to the both seller and buyer, so that they will not, the seller no need to manually to remind the buyer about the service. Last is it has an auto-generate sales report for the seller, so that they can do some improvement in the next month. And also, this is our streamline diagram of ServiceX. And here are the seller advertise that service. This is some of the user interface design. We can saw that. And then this is the advertising platform from the buyer side. And this is the quality of service and seller credibility, because from the buyer side, we can saw how many stars that previous buyer give to the seller, and also the previous comment. And any inquiry and notification can be sent to the seller to ask through. And here, if buyer want to make the order, you can choose the preference service and also make the order based on the variations that seller fix, and adding to the cart and checkout. Once they check out the orders, they can see the to receive, to review, to report, or do a cancellations if they have like sudden issue they want to cancel the appointment also can. So this is the system architecture of our program and database design, which will have 10 tables inside our database. And our network security element is user authentications and verifications, for example, mobile phone number and password, email, and we have authorizations and access controls for different, because we have 4 user, guest, seller, buyer, and admin. All of them actually have a different right to access some of the data. And then our data storage is very high secure, which means we will encrypt the sensitive user data storage locally on the device to protect it from unauthorized access or theft. This is we use the encryptions, for example, the short and hash password, AES for the password, email, and also phone number. And here are the network security elements, secure data transmissions, to make sure that we use a secure channel to transmit our data, and we have the secure error handling, and also the input validations and the sanitizing. The software we will use in this ServiceX is Windows, Flutter, Android Studio, email, Figma, Draw.io. Hardware is laptop, smartphone. Our project importance is to achieve the goal that we listed just now, and also satisfy the stakeholder, and do some innovations and improvement towards the current system to make it more time and resources saving, efficient, productive, and also from the reporting and insight for the seller to review back their sales and also the organized data management. That's all from me. Thank you.